Alright, what's up everyone? I just saw Insidious Out of the Further. I've only seen, I think, the first three Insidious movies. I think the last one I watched was the third one. I never saw the key, skeleton key, whatever. And I never saw The Red Door, which was directed by Patrick Wilson, but I heard it wasn't very good either. I enjoyed the first two. I feel like this franchise didn't really latch on to me like The Conjuring did, because from this franchise and that one, the first two movies are both, I think, probably great. After that, it kind of falls apart. Insidious Chapter 3 was, I think I remember enjoying it, but The Conjuring 3 I did not enjoy. I feel like it turned into like an action movie. It wasn't really about horror anymore. It was kind of just, we need to make this bigger, try something new, I guess, but make it a little overwhelming and a little over the top. And I feel like this movie kind of does the same thing, because again, it just has Amelia Eve. She's the main character. She plays Gemma. When she was a kid, her mom going through these really extreme mental health battles, and it kind of messed her up. And it's got, the kind of like trauma or breaking the cycle kind of theme going on. And she's got her own daughter, Maya, and they start experiencing creepy stuff because they still live in the house that Gemma did when she was a kid. So creepy stuff starts happening again. She's refusing to let go of the house, and so of course that leads to everything that happens in the movie. And the main thing about this one is that Gemma is able to she can bring entities out of the further, or send things into the further. And then there's this main villain. His name is Cyrus, I think, and he's like a generic just they give him the demon voice. He kind of waddles around. He's kind of a mix between Ozzy Osbourne and Kagaya from Demon Slayer. Just what he looks like, and it's kind of funny. And also this main group of three old people, I get they're supposed to be creepy, I guess. They're kind of just wandering around the street, they're showing up in Gemma's dreams and stuff like that, and they're just kind of figuring out what their deal is. And obviously they play a pretty big part to the story, but for most of it they're kind of just waddling around being old, being hopped up on gas, and they're just kind of just staring at him from across the street. And I'm like, I know they thought this was gonna be creepy, but it's just just funny. It's just goofy, and I feel like that's just this movie's just not scary. There's maybe one jump scare that got me, but it was just more of a sudden loud sound. But again, I jump scared, but I was never really tense. When they're in the further, I didn't feel any danger, especially when they're pulling the member berries for this movie. When they're in the further, the main bad guy, he's trying to get out using Gemma's power, and of course he's like, I'm gonna bring all my cronies with me, and we're gonna lay waste to the planet or whatever. So again, scale, they just turn it up to 11. And yeah, you got Darth Maul. The Darth Maul demon is back, but he's in it for, I'm not kidding, one frame of the movie. He's in it for one frame, just to be like, remember this guy? Remember this crazy guy? And you got the bride person and Lizzie Borden and shit, or whoever. And it's just at the end, it was just it was like the Avengers for the demons. They're all assembling, and they're gonna come kill a bunch of humans or whatever. But I feel like it is an interesting concept, though, to be able to not only traverse into the further, but actually physically change it by taking things out, putting things in, taking people out, putting people in, helping people pass on to either whichever side they're going to. It just wasn't done very well. By the end, I was kind of, there were a couple points where I was I'm just gonna, for a few seconds, just do this. Or I would look at my phone, because it's almost, it's an hour and 50 minutes, and that's 20 minutes too long. Honestly, the acting was fine. Lynn Shay is back. She's kind of the face of the franchise now, honestly, because she's been in all the movies. She plays Elise, and I guess now she kind of just roams around the further helping people, because she kind of again, like an Avengers movie, shit's going down and she shows up and she's like, I'm here to help, it's what I do. She has her own catchphrase and everything. It's just, I feel like if the movie just leaned into the camp of it, and they just did a campy Insidious, just crazy, ghouls on the loose, just psychic whatever, I feel like that would have been a lot more fun than trying to make it serious. Because again, the creature designs aren't scary. The main villain, he's not scary at all, and his power set is weird. He's got he can throw people with his hands. He's got psychic powers. He has this metal claw on his finger and he slices people's throats with and stuff, and it's just, I don't know. It's not intimidating, and it's just one of those movies also where it's just kind of things happen until the convenience of the main character, ooh, having a realization or having an anime flashback moment mid battle, and then they get powered up and stuff, and it's just, I don't know. It was just underwhelming, and I think this franchise and the Conjuring franchise probably needs to end. It probably won't because it keeps making money for some damn reason. I don't know how this movie did, but overall, just gonna be a very forgettable movie. This franchise overstayed its welcome. Same with Conjuring. I didn't see the fourth Conjuring because I didn't like the third one, and it's the same director who did the fourth one. So I'm like, I just expect more of the same. You know, there were a couple of shots that were actually pretty cool. You know, there's a scene where someone's like banging their head on a wall, and you can see blood kind of like each hit, like blood splatters, and then it kind of spins out, and it shows like the red door in the further, and it was like, oh, that was a pretty cool shot. Yeah, I think I would give Insidious Out of the Further like a 5 out of 10. It wasn't complete garbage, 'cause I was curious to see where they went with this idea they set up, and it didn't turn out very good, but it was at least semi-enjoyable for the most part. Again, a couple points where I was like, this movie's too long. Cool ideas, but again, I think they've milked the Insidious thing. I don't know where they would go for a sequel. They would really need to make it really, like I said, either lead into the camp and do something crazy, actually come up with a way better story, an actual reason for the further to be around, or for people's reasoning to be dealing with it. Come up with like some better villains. Just some generic dude who kind of wanders around. You know, he's kind of like the villain from Supergirl, where he's not menacing. He's kind of a doofus. He seems powerful, but again, he also just acts like a moron. Those were my thoughts on Insidious Out of the Further. Did you see it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe.